President Bola Tinubu presented a budget estimate of 27.5 trillion naira to the National Assembly. Joining me to talk more about that is Public Affairs Analyst and APC Deputy Chairman, Canada Chapter, Dr. Abiola Oshodi. Thank you for joining us. Well, this budget, 27.5 trillion naira, has a deficit of 7.83 trillion naira. Does that bother you? Would have to do quite some borrowing to finance this document.
Thanks for having me in this studio once again. Talking about the 2024 national budget recently presented to the National Assembly and the amount of funds to be borrowed. Realistically, I think, when you put aside what needs to be borrowed to finance the budget and the capital expenditure, I think they are at par, which it's quite troubling. One would have wished that we don't have to borrow that much to finance our national budget. But again, we have to be realistic, given the kind of economy that the Bola Tinubu inherited, low revenue, widespread insecurity, and very, very chaotic economic situation, so which they are trying to instill some order and predictability in the economy. So I think overall it instills hope, and the budget seems to align with the renewed hope agenda, which is the policy thrust of the administration.
All right, and the exchange rate was set at 750 naira to $1. How do you see that?
Well, I think it's realistic. If it was presented, say, about 4 to 6 weeks ago, many would have been quite pessimistic about that. I think once the central bank governor settled down and some of the ministers, they seem to have gone to work, and we can see the impact that they have made on the sliding exchange rate at some point that was quite alarming. And in the last 2 or 3 weeks, you will see a consistent pattern of stability and predictability in the foreign exchange market, both at the official and the parallel market rates. I think, it looks realistic, to be honest with you.
All right. And we know that in recent time, the president has been described as the chief marketing officer of Nigeria. Just about any event he attends, he talks about Nigeria and the need for investors to come in. How do you see those efforts in actually promoting Nigeria's image as a good place to invest?
I think the president is doing a very, very good job. There's no way we can mention how the president is capturing the international attention without making reference to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Suga. I think he's doing a very good job. He's putting our president there in the limelight, selling Nigeria as an investment destination. And people have to remember that there's only a limited pool of resources available for investment in the world. And a lot of people or a lot of countries are competing for these very limited resources. So you need to project your country out there. You need to be a bit more aggressive and strategic. And I think the president is doing a great job, putting Nigeria out there as an investment destination for the world. And we're just talking about the budget as well. A large chunk of our foreign currencies come from the oil sector. So if the president continues to sell and market Nigeria the way he's doing, a lot of our foreign exchange inflows will come in form of investments, which will certainly stabilize our economy and help deliver a lot of the agenda that the president has for the nation.
Public Affairs Analyst and APC Deputy Chairman, Canada Chapter, Dr. Abiola Oshodi. Thank you for talking to us.
Thanks so much for having me.